How's it going, guys? Rhino here, and I've got a little bit of an outline for this video, but not too much, so I'm spitballing a little bit here, but there are some things that I wanted to hit on in this video because of something that actually happened recently. So basically, I got this comment from this guy on, I can't remember which video it was, but basically he was saying, oh, well, I have conclusive proof that Islam is the true religion, and then he linked a video. I clicked on the video because I thought, oh, it'd be like a, 5-minute video, just get some shitty arguments out of the way that have been debunked over and over again, and up popped I think it was like at least a 28-minute video or longer. It might have been 58, I don't know. It was really long, I remember. And I couldn't be bothered to watch the whole video, especially because the guy started talking and right off the bat I couldn't understand what he was saying. That's not me being an Islamophobe or anything like that. Well, actually I am. I dislike Islam. I don't dislike Muslims, but basically I could not understand his arguments. And so I just responded to the comment, well, I had my friend respond to the comment saying, okay, I can't be bothered to watch the video. Can you just sum up your argument? Can you sum up the arguments that are made? And so he did so, and I'm pretty impressed with the fact that he did, and he wrote a pretty long comment doing so. But basically, it's kind of funny, a little side note, there's actually a comment war going on between, well, not war, but just a comment battle between the guy who posted this original Islam comment and then a Christian, and they're arguing back and forth about which is true, the Bible or the Quran. And it's pretty funny because both their arguments are incorrect, but they both think their arguments are correct, and they both think the other's arguments are ridiculous. And so it's just like, how you look at their arguments, that's how atheists look at both your arguments. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny. Basically, what they're doing is they're trying to say that the Bible and the Quran are evidences for God, or for a God, for their specific God, and their religion being true. In order to do so, you would have to prove that your holy books were divinely inspired. Now, I'm actually going to touch on a specific point here. Before you can even mention the Quran or the Bible as evidence, you would need to prove that they are divinely inspired, which you would have to do independently from the Bible or the Quran. Because using the Bible or the Quran to prove that the Bible and the Quran are divinely inspired is circular logic. It's circular logic 101, and that is a logical fallacy. You can't do that. So you would need to independently verify and prove that they are divinely inspired before you can use them as actual evidences, or even worse, use them as claims. Basically, the comment that the guy responded with that was supposedly evidences for it it's the stuff that's been debunked numerous times. I believe the Vegan Atheist has done some videos that's like stupid Muslim comments or stupid Islam comments or something like that, and he gets basically these comments all the time, and so he's able to successfully refute them, and he goes into depth for each one, and he does it really well, and he's really well spoken, and so I'm impressed with that. There are some other things I don't like about the Vegan Atheist, but you're not expected to agree with everybody on everything. But these are things that have been debunked endless times by a lot of different people, and it's vague prophecies or vague descriptions in the Quran. One of the main ones that he was using was using the Quran's very vague and poor description of the embryo before we understood what the embryo was as proof that the Quran is true. And how he described it is like, it says in the Quran that it was like made of clay or something like that. I don't have the comment here, and so hold on, I'm gonna get the comment. Okay. So, let's see, how should I start this? So, I'm just going to read the beginning of his comment up until a certain point and then talk about it. So he said, sure. This was in response to something my friend had said. Sure, so if you don't want to watch the video, then I'll tell you the scientific evidence. Notice how he said scientific. As I'm sure you know that the Quran was revealed like 1400 years ago. I think that's about right. I'm not sure on the exact time frame. At that time, people didn't have microscopes and satellites. Yet the book describes the development of the human embryo. Quote, "We created man from an extract of clay. Then we made him as a drop in a place of settlement firmly fixed. Then we made the drop into an alaqua, leech, suspended thing, and blood clot." He goes on, but basically that is incorrect. An extract of clay, an embryo does not contain clay, it's not made of clay. And then we made him as a drop in a place of settlement firmly fixed. Well, firmly fixed. Well, the fetus, the embryo and the fetus move around a little bit. They're not firmly fixed. They don't just sit in the exact same spot. That's why you can sometimes feel a baby kicking. And so this is like just vague descriptions of something that could have been just a complete guess. I believe the Bible has some passages about it that try to explain the same thing, and it's very vague. But this isn't even, you don't understand what scientific evidence is. Scientific evidence is peer-reviewed evidence that can face the scrutiny of scientists, which this hasn't, and still hold up. Now, we know, so evolution is a fact. We know evolution happened, and so we know how the embryo came to be. We were not created with the embryo. Like, it wasn't like there was just a human being and they were given the embryo. It happened through the development from evolution. So that's scientific, and that's something that can be verified and has been verified, that, you know, evolution is true. Evolution happens whether you like it or not, and it disproves a lot of these holy books that people hold dear to their hearts. But here is why you hold that, you see this as scientific evidence, and you see this as concrete evidence that your holy book is true and your God exists. But the problem is you were indoctrinated into your religion. I have no idea how old you are. I have no idea when you started believing. But I guarantee you were indoctrinated into this religion, so you are unable to look at your religion objectively. When you see evidence like that, you're like, oh my God, it's so obvious God exists. Well, Allah exists, and the Prophet Muhammad flew up to heaven on I think it was a donkey, actually. And so you just see it as perfectly clear. But to people who are able to look at it objectively, whether it's atheists who think all religions are wrong, or Christians who still think your religion is wrong, when they look at that, they're like, wow, that is ridiculous. Now, Christians who say this oftentimes will then quote their own Bible passages that are just as ridiculous. And so don't think I'm just bashing you. I'm only bashing you because you're the one who posted the comment and who decided to get in this little debate with this guy. You're just indoctrinated. You're unable to look objectively at your religion. And you need to be able to do that to be able to scientifically prove that this is the case. You see, the majority of scientists are what are known as agnostic atheists, which is what I am. We don't have a claim on if we know God exists, but we believe he doesn't. We reject the claim that a God exists, especially your God, all gods, but we don't know. And we're open to the evidences because we're objective. I was not indoctrinated into any religion, and so I'm able to look at all religions objectively, and they all look like this. The guy who posted this comment, you're currently in a back and forth with this Christian. The way you see his claims is how I see your claims, and how he sees your claims, and how everyone who looks objectively at your claims sees them. They're pure indoctrination. Now, lastly, the guy went on to actually post a comment, and my friend removed this because this was clearly unwarranted and unnecessary. And he basically just said, my friend responded to the comment and he said something like, if this video was true, if this video was honestly proving that Islam is factual, then therefore the video would have millions and millions of views and it would be unquestioned. But then he went on to, the guy responded with, the reason the video doesn't have millions of views is because atheists are so closed-minded and won't watch the video. We won't watch the video because we've heard all these arguments before. They're not solid arguments, and they've been debunked numerous times. You are either unwilling to accept the contradicting evidence, or you are unwilling to even look at it. The evidence is present, and I suggest if you are sincerely think this is the case, check out a plethora of YouTubers who have reviewed things from the Islam doctrine, especially the vegan atheist, because he gets comments like this all the time and he successfully refutes them every time because there is no scientific basis in what you're saying. In order to prove your case, you would have to actually provide true scientific evidence. True scientific evidence. Lastly, and this goes for everyone who thinks their religion is true and who thinks they have found the ultimate evidence for their holy book or their God. If that's the case, then okay, I'm skeptical, but whatever. Write down all your arguments and submit them to a scientific journal for peer review. If your arguments are as you say, then you'll have no problems and you will be given endless awards. You'll be given millions, if not billions of dollars, and you'll be the hero of the world for discovering the true religion. I ask you to do that. Whoever posted this comment. Either you do it or you find someone who believes the same shit as you and have them do it. Now I guarantee you won't, because you know that these don't hold up scientifically, or you're just afraid to, or you don't even know how to. If you honestly believe that these are true claims, then please do that, as it will make a difference if it's true. Now, it's not, and you know, even a 20-year-old with a very, very basic understanding of science can tell that this isn't true. I urge you to, so then you can get refuted by someone who actually understands the sciences, unlike you. And me, I don't even understand the sciences as well as I should. But yeah, that's my video, guys. This video, it was kind of just like a progression of these different things that I wanted to talk about. But basically, the point of this video is about the indoctrination. You know, everyone who thinks their religion is true is indoctrinated, and they're unable to objectively look at the contradicting evidences, or the evidences for other religions. Most Christians, when presented with evidence of Islam, will actually completely just disregard it. They won't even look at it, unlike I did, and they're unwilling to even try to refute it without saying like, oh, my Bible just says that God is true and Jesus was the prophet, yada yada. Kind of a clusterfuck of a video, but I wanted to get one out. That's about it for the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of indoctrination and religion, and have a nice day.